Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Mike from marketingyourpurpose.com. And today I want to take a look real quick at the template that Robin and I designed for LeadPages. And just want to show you guys the features, the functions, the benefits, all the different options and versatility that we built into this template. And I just kind of walk you through it. And we wanted to do this video because this template is so beefy. There's so many options and customizations that you can really make this your own and use this for so many different things. You can use it for a multi-speaker event. You can use it for a summit template. You can use it for a sales page. It's definitely got more than one usage, and you'll see as we walk through and as I show you all the different features and the customization options. So right here, we're actually looking at a live version of the template. So I just want to kind of scroll down and just kind of show you what what a live version looks like and where some of the real features for conversion and different things that Robin and I built into it. So definitely if you're going to use this for a summit or for a multi-speaker event, one of the big things is this area right here where it gives you the option to put a couple of different speakers' faces. And so you'll want to use this to highlight your big name anchor speakers and put some faces that folks recognize. Like you see, we got John Lee Dumas, Brian Tracy, Robin and I, Mike Koenigs, and whatnot. Faces that the visitors are going to recognize and see, oh, wow, this is high caliber, this is high quality. It'll increase your conversions. And also, another key thing that we built into this was this button right here above the fold. Very, very important to have a button, a call to action right there above the fold. And when you click it, you see it will open up a Lightbox opt-in form. So it's a two-step opt-in. So, and then we scroll down and you see right here, we have a section that gives you the opportunity to highlight some of the purposes of your summit or some key things or whatever you want to utilize. And you'll see as we get back into the editor just how custom it is. And then we'll kind of scroll down. There's another call to action area. We were really, really big on wanting to build multiple call to action opportunities throughout this template. The more call to actions that you have, the higher your conversions are going to be, and it's ultimately going to be better and more successful for you. So you'll see as we scroll down, there's a lot of opportunities to add in these call to actions and these buttons and whatnot. So then we come to this section, and right here, this is the speaker section. So you have the opportunity to add up to 30 of these, and you can use all 30 of them. You can use one of them. You can use 9 of them, however many you want to use. And every piece of this is fully custom, and you'll see as I get into the editor just how awesome it is. And then we tell you right here the exact image size. When you hover it, you can put a bio, a short little blurb about your speaker. Or if you're using it for something else, you could do all kind of creative things with this section. It's really, really cool. Then we come down to this as seen on, which is really key if you're doing a summit or a multi-speaker event, because you can have speakers, maybe 2 of them were in New York Times, maybe one was in Forbes, another one was in CNBC, you had another one that was featured in Huffington Post. Well, you could take the conglomeration of all of those media mentions and use that because all of your speakers have been mentioned, and it really boosts your credibility type factor. And you can use this feature if you want. You can use this section or you can hide it. And I'll show you that as soon as we pop over into the editor. And I think you guys are going to be really, really impressed when you see from the editor side just how deeply customizable this is. And again, here's another call to action area with a pop over button. Then we have another area with 4 opportunities for content, and you'll be able to see just how custom you can make this. Then we have this kind of area that we built in. We utilized this area for the charity that we were doing when we did the Life on Fire virtual summit. We supported Pencils of Promise, and you could use that in your summit. You could use it for whatever you want to. You could hide this, and you'll see again. And then here we come, another call to action area. Again, really rich with call to action opportunities. Now, this section here is a really, really cool one. When Robin and I built this, we thought this was a really cool opportunity to do some really interesting stuff in the template. So this is our About Us section. And so with this section, we kind of utilized what we had done on the Life on Fire. And with that, we were partners with Nick. So there was more than one person involved in creating the summit. So if you're in that kind of a situation, you can utilize this section. You can use 1, 2, or all 3 of these sections. If you want to, you can only use 2 of them. If you want to hide one, whatever fits the specific usage that you're doing, it's fully customizable to you. Then we have another call to action. And then we also built in because we know that a lot of folks doing summits and doing multi-speaker events, they're not going to have more than one host. So we created this horizontal About Us section where you can put your picture to the left, your name, your bio to the right, and you can use this section as opposed to the multi-speaker or multi-host section. So now let's get to the fun part. Let's pop over into the editor and let me show you guys just how amazingly custom this bad boy is. All right, so here we are. We're in the LeadPages editor. Now, at first, we'll take a look at style. So in the style section, every single thing that you see where there's color, you can change that color to match your brand or your event, whatever you're doing. Every single piece of this is fully customizable. So let's go ahead and just start, just for the sake of showing you, let's make that nav bar black. So cool. So we fully customize that. It's black. You can make it whatever color you want, whenever you want. And throughout this style section, you'll see everything is named. You can just change the color, plop in your hex code, or just pick a color from the color swatch, however you want to do it. So now over in the content, this is the part that I think is really, really cool and what makes this template much more than just a template, because the features and the options that we built into this really make it where you can use this 15 times and it would never look the same anytime. So we'll start, you can hide anything you want. You can hide the nav, unhide it. You can hide the logo if you don't want a logo. You can unhide it. In the link area, you can select up to 6 navigation links. And what these will do, this will actually follow the visitor as they scroll down. And you can click on any one of these and it'll jump you down to that corresponding area, which is a really cool feature. If you don't want to use that or you don't want to use all 6, you just hide one. Hide this one, you can hide that one, unhide them, however you want to do it. So in the above the fold section, which is this section that's highlighted in blue, you can, if you don't want to use it, you can hide the whole thing. You can hide individual pieces. Now, this part is really cool because you see this kind of bubbly effect in the background there. You can either choose to have that overlay, or you can hide it and then just have a solid color, or you can choose your own image. If you want to put your own image in there and have it as sort of an overlay, you can do that. We wanted this bad boy to be extremely custom, and I'm sure you're starting to see that as we move through it. So in the above the fold area, if you don't want that image on the left, you can hide it and it'll center. You can unhide it. If you don't want what's on the right, you can hide it. And as we move throughout this, you'll see that. So now we get to this first section, and this is what's called Nav 1, because this is the first section that when you utilize this, that the navigation is going to correspond to this. So you have these 4 little circle things here that you can fill with text, headlines, and whatnot. The cool thing is, if you don't want to use this section, you can hide it. If you don't want to use the headline, you can hide it. If you want to change the headline, you can change the copy, you can change the color, you can change everything about it. Then you come down to these little content boxes, and you have the option of having all 4, or you could only have 3. You could only have 2. You could have all 4 of them if you want. Completely up to you. If you don't want any of them, you just hide it. So now we come down to the call to action section, which again, you'll see the option. You can completely hide it. You can unhide it. You can customize what it says. You can customize the background. Every single piece of this is completely custom. And I know it may sound redundant, but as we start moving through this, you'll see like, wow, this is really awesome. Like there's a ton that you can do. It's pretty limitless as to what you're able to do with this. So we come down to this section, and we're calling this is like the speaker section. So in this area, again, you can change your headline, what your text is. You can hide any one of these components. You have your image boxes, which are these with the speaker's faces in them. You can use all 30 of them. If you don't want to use all 30, you can hide as many as you need to hide, use as many as you need to use, and you can control what image goes in it and what copy, the name, the text, every single piece of this. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So now we come down, we're calling this the credibility section. And if you don't have media mentions, or you just don't want to use this, if you're using this template for something different, no problem. You can just hide it. Another cool thing about this area is we did a color overlay. So this gives you the ability, and you can customize what this color is. If you want to hide the overlay because the text is white, you're not going to see it right now because it's just showing the white background. but you can control whatever color you want this to sit on. So right now we have it as gray. You can make it whatever you want, or you can put an image back there. If you want to put an image, maybe have some really cool kind of faded out logos of media mentions, you can use those as your background as well. And then you have your content area, and you can change what the headline says, the logos, however many you want. If you don't want to use them, you can hide them. So here's our second call to action area. And again, very typical, just like the one above. You can change the headline, the subheadline, the button, what the button says, where it links to, or if you don't want this, if it doesn't fit what you're doing, you just hide it. So now we have another section here, and you can use this. We like to use this for kind of highlighting what makes the summit different. And this is a really cool opportunity to kind of highlight what's different about your summit. Or if you're using this for another usage, you can use this section to pull out some really juicy pieces of copy or some content. And again, the cool thing is, as you would suspect, you have 4 boxes. You can use only 3 of them. You can use 2 of them. You can use 1 of them, or you can use all 4. Completely up to you, whatever you're doing, whatever fits into your goals and whatever you need this template to do for you. So now we have the next section, and we're using this for the Our Cause section. And again, this is another area where you can customize that color overlay. Right here we have a pink. You can make that whatever you want, or you can make it an image, which is really, really cool because it really gives you some really unique features that allow you to really make what you're building pop and have some versatility and some really cool uniqueness. So you can get really, really creative with this. So for all you creative types that are looking at this, you can definitely bring your creativity out with this theme, and we built it with that in mind. We want to see what you guys are doing with this. So here's another section that you can use this for, to highlight the charity, or to highlight something cool about your summit or your event or whatever you're doing. Or you can hide the whole thing, or you can hide particular components of it. If you want the image to show up or you don't, you can hide it. You can manipulate the text. You can use all 4 of these text boxes, or if your copy is not enough and you only need 2 of them, that's fine. You can hide the ones that you don't need to use. So now we scroll down. We have another call to action section, and it's just like the other ones. You have headline, subhead, and then you can hide this entire thing, or you can do what you want here, fill in your copy. So the next section is one when we were looking at it. I think this is really cool because you can, if you have multiple hosts, or even if you have products, you can highlight products here. If you're using this as a sales page, you could use this area here, and you have the option to use all 3 boxes. But again, you don't have to use all 3. You could use 1, you could use 2, you could use all 3, or you could use none of them. If you don't want to use any of them, you can just hide all 3 of them, and then it would hide that section. So now we scroll down again. You have another call to action section, and then here's we built this in with the summit usage and the multi-speaker event usage in mind, because a lot of you may use this for an event and you're going to be the only host. So this About Us section, this second option, gives you the ability to have a different layout and put your image to the left, your bio to the right. Gives you kind of your normal standard kind of bio section. So if you don't want to use this, again, you can hide the whole thing or use certain components of it. Again, so that wraps us up to the end of the template. And as you guys can see, there's so many options. As you can mix and match what you use, how many of what you use, where what you put here, how your copy is, the colors. It's so much more than a template. It's so robust. And Robin and I are really excited to just see you guys starting to use this bad boy and what you create, what it looks like. And we'd love to see, as you guys are utilizing it, we'd love to see what you do. And you can request to join. We have a private Facebook group called Marketing Megaminds. You guys can pop in, share your templates and just what you're creating. We'd love to see them. And also, you'll notice right under this video, there's a link, and that link will take you to where you can actually purchase this template within the LeadPages marketplace. So we totally look forward to seeing what you guys create. Again, the link is just under the video. Click the link, get this template, and let's see what you guys create.